Not saying any names.
Aww.
Yeah, we gotta pick out a name for him. Johnny.
Johnny. Okay. So he then looks behind us, and then he looks at me, and then starts typing on his phone, and then tells me, "Oh, my ex is here." So I get a picture of them, and then this guy Calvin was like, "Yeah, like, can you send that to me?"
Yeah,
so I didn't want him
I
to
didn't
interfere
see
with
him, so I looked around and I saw him, and I was like, "Here we go."
Yeah.
And he goes, "I'm sorry you had to get involved." I'm like, "Okay, well don't involve me then. What does this guy do with me?"
But yeah, he like comes to me and he says, "Yeah, I didn't know you move on so fast." And I was just like, "We're not together," like. And like I just was looking at him like he's lost his mind. And so Calvin was like, "What's going on?" I quickly explained to him like, so while he was trying to get my attention, I was like leaning away from him, trying to like not talk to him. He was like, "Oh," and I was like, "We're not together, leave me alone." I like quickly explained this to him because he's like, "Well, what's going on? Like, why is this guy coming to you?" I was like, "We're just friends." Like he wanted something more about like there's nothing there, and he's probably upset and dancing with you.
Surprised you had that
and
much
I was like,
time
"We're not
to
dating."
talk to him about that.
So I looked at my phone because I was confused. I got those messages, and like it was from Johnny earlier, and so he tried to grab my phone as I was looking at my phone. I remember that, and I like didn't let him take it, so I pulled it back. Yeah,
Wait, is that what he was going after?
Yeah, my phone.
Okay, look, from my view, I thought that he was either trying to grab Calvin off of
Oh, he was
her.
too. He was trying to do both of
Okay,
us.
then yeah.
He was trying to
that's what I
grab
thought.
Calvin off me. He was like trying to pull us apart, and I was like, don't.
But
grab
he
him
like
off.
put his arm. You could tell he was a little bit gone. Put his arm around her, which no guy should ever do, drunk or not, should never do. Let me put that in there because some people
hard.
need to realize that.
It wanted anything to do with Johnny and his issues and him trying to ruin my night. In my head, I'm like, I can't believe he's doing this. This is like the one night I've been looking forward to all this time.
I wanted to get his stuff out of my car.
Yeah, because we rode together in his car. So
Yeah.
he's like, you know what, at this point I don't even care. It's like, I just do my stuff. And I was like, well, I'm not. At this point, I was so pissed. I was like, I'm not leaving now. You can wait. But then I was like, and then I thought about it. Calvin was like, no. He was telling me, he's just like, just get this done with now. Like, he's going to keep bugging you. He's like, but I'm not. I was like, fine, I'll go get him his stuff. So I was like, I didn't want him to lose his spot or for his night to be ruined. So I was like, do you want me to give him the stuff out of the car? I'll be right back in like 5 minutes.
I made sure. I was like,
Calvin.
not let him have my keys.
Yeah.
I don't want
Him in his car, yeah. And I was very like sure about that. And so Calvin didn't want me to go alone, so he's like, I'm going with you. And like I was
Which
like,
is
no,
smart.
sure, but he was like, no, I'm definitely not letting go with him. I'm not gonna let him lay a hand on you. I was like, okay, like I'm sorry you have to deal with this. So we ended up leaving the front to go outside to leave the concert. Let me remind everybody that not only did I have to deal with that, but the people that let you in, and I already paid for my tickets, they said that if I left, because I asked them, I was like, can I go leave and come back? I just have to give him something out of my friend's car. They were like, no, you can't re-enter. I was like, please, is there anything I can do? Like, I really just need to give him his stuff. Because I was in a predicament where Johnny's over here antagonizing me. He's like, oh, I'll go get the stuff out of the car. I said, no, you're not. You're not going to take his keys, and he doesn't want that. So I go out. I have to pay an extra $20 to get back in. But so on the way to the car, we're not parked that far away. Like maybe like
No, not at all.
a minute away, 2 minutes away. But with the way like it all happened, like it took us like a minute or two because he was like trying to like stop us while walking. And the whole time he said, I can't believe like you're gonna like dance with him. Like how would you move on like that? Like and I'm like we're not together. Like you know we're not together. And I was like, and you're sitting here worried about your ex. Why are you even talking to me? Like. Just went and get your stuff and get out of here. We're done talking. And he's like, no, we're not done talking. I have a lot to say. And then he goes to Calvin. He's like, oh, by the way, I like your like glasses and like what you have on. I looked at Calvin. He's like, oh, thanks, man, because he's just like cool. He's like, whatever. I don't want any issues. But he was also making sure I was safe, which I appreciate. So thank you, Calvin, for that. Sitting there trying to talk to me, I told him I was like, there's nothing more to say to you. While he walked away, he was like, oh, by the way, I hope y'all tonight. And he was like saying that to Calvin and I was just like, that was very disrespectful, and it kind of bothered me as a woman. It was kind of a weird thing to say,
yeah,
too. And then he was
It wasn't
saying,
just disrespectful, it was weird.
It was really weird. And then he's like, oh, I hope you, and also I hope you like F 20 guys, and no, none of them are going to be as good as me. Dancing with someone else, even though we're not together, like, we are friends, like, you wanted to find a connection, and you're over there worried about your ex. I'm not worried about you. And then now that I'm dancing with someone else and I'm having a great time, you're gonna say I'm a hoe. Like basically resent. Yeah. Like, that's not who I am.
Yeah, no.
And that he would even have the nerve to say that, like, really, it did bother me. Like, I hope you have 20, like, guys, like, 20, like, really? And no, none of them are as good as you. First of all, I know that there's somebody out there that's better than you, and a guy to speak to a woman like that is not a man. He's definitely a boy that needs to grow up and learn some manners. So, anyways, let's get past that.
Oh, what was happening out there? While I was inside, I was staying around the people that we met, and I was trying to have a good time, and I just wasn't feeling it. I text Rachel, and I'm like, hey, like, I'm not feeling it. I'm dipping out. Like, you can stay. I don't care. And that says a lot, considering that it takes a lot for me to leave a concert that I am so into the artist. That's like me leaving a Gorilla concert.
Yeah, that
like,
I was shocked
pissed
that he was trying to leave.
I start going out of the venue, or I run into her and Calvin.
Yeah, and actually I want to mention before we move on to this, the people that we were also hanging out with that were up at the front, they pulled me in at one point when Johnny was trying to pull me off of Calvin, and they protected me and said, are you okay now? And I was like, yeah, that's what I mean, like EDM.
Yeah, because they even asked me,
EDM concerts, you meet some really good people, and they were like willing to like protect me in their arms and bring me in, so welcoming. Yeah, it was the two guys.
One girl.
Yeah, so I head back in, because we wanted to go back to see the concert, enjoy the rest of the night, try to make it the best, even though all this drama happened because of this one person. And we see him walking out, and we're like, hey, like, what's up? And then we meet up, and he's just like, I'm not feeling it, like, all this stuff has just really got me out of the mood.
I was pretty pissed off.
And I was like, no, I was just so upset, because I wanted him to have a great night. I wanted us to go together, and I, like, brought us all together so we could have a good time. Yeah. And I wanted to make sure that we could enjoy it. He was, like, really upset because of Johnny, and everything that occurred that night. Yes, Calvin and I were just trying to talk to him and see if he really wanted to stay, because we wanted him to enjoy it and on a good note, we know. And so Calvin's over here like, come on, like, you got this, man. Like, they were like, yeah, let's do it. And they're actually good. They just met and they're already like cool. I could tell, like, in a friendship way. We ended up going back into the concert. Had a great time. We didn't get to the very front, but we were like in the middle, and it was great. Go up to the second floor, and it was pretty cool up there. Like, there was so much more space to like move around and dance too. Yeah, we definitely moved around like a lot more. And you can still hear the music up there perfectly. At one point, Calvin, he had said to me, he's like, hey, do you want to meet Paige? I was like, what? How are we gonna meet Paige? He's like, oh, just trust me, like, stay behind, you know, after the concert when they start kicking people out. And I'm like, okay, let's make this happen. The concert basically ends. We stay up there for a bit as security's kicking everyone out. Then we start to make our way downstairs to where the stage is and all that. Well, we started walking around the stage bar area. Security is like kicking everyone out still. And we go around and we run into Daniel, who was making his way around the stage. And he's like, hey, I know you. And he points to Calvin. And I was like, oh shit. Like, this is real. This is happening. And Daniel, let me tell you, Daniel is one of the most chill out guys. It was really cool. He was so surreal. Literally, I told him, I was like, dude, that was an awesome set. He's like, thanks, man. Yeah. So I, like, you know, gave him a handshake, everything like that.
He's a great guy.
We talked for a little bit and then.
I talked for a little bit, yeah.
He kept going on his way. So.
At this time, Paige had jumped off the stage because she didn't see anywhere in our general direction. So she jumped off the stage, started making her way kind of around this area. I don't really know how to describe it.
Behind the bar, near the back left side. If you're facing this, if you're on the stage, it's the back left bar. She was going behind that one.
We are over in one corner. We end up over there, and she had come around the corner, and she literally looked at Calvin when she came around the corner and was like, "Hey," and I'm just like, "What?"
Yeah, like she was like so chill with him.
She was like,
cool.
she's like, "Oh, I'll be right back. I gotta go up to the VIPs," and we're just like, "Okay." The manager of Gil walks by. He knows Calvin, so he's like, "Oh, what's up, man?" You know, security, so we're just sitting there waiting for Paige to get back down. And I don't know how Paige got past us because we had walked outside and they ended up being at a photo shoot outside. So I'm like, I didn't see Paige pass us. That's awesome. That's so cool.
After we left the concert, we headed to the after party. We got the dress from somebody outside.
And once we went to the after party, which was about 30 minutes away at the time or so, it's down near where I actually work. And so we went to the after party, we parked, we started to go through to the front door, realized that they were charging people, so we were like, nah. So
it was like $20 for her.
Yeah, it was $20 to get in.
But like, for someone who just paid for a concert and
yeah,
parking and gas, and we were already like, they already started the party, the after party.
Yeah, they
so
were kind of already towards the end anyway.
Yeah.
So then we start to move around the side of the house, and I guess the house owner, he was at the front door and he saw us go around the side and he was like, "Come on guys, you have some respect for this house, like you gotta pay to get in, it's like full," everything like that. And so we're still on the side and the guy just walks away, and so we're like, okay. So there was another guy on the side of the house that was just, I guess he was like just smoking or whatever. And he was like, "Oh, you know, the back is open." So we're like, okay. So we all just go through the back and we get in the house. Now I'm expecting this guy to come around the, like looking for us at the side of the house, but I guess he didn't, I don't know. We literally walked into the house.
It was so awesome.
There was a lot of people and it was such a small room, but at the same time I kind of feel like we had more room than that the actual venue.
Singing at the show tonight, my adrenaline was so high, I didn't feel shit. Like, I didn't feel anything. It was fucking epic. I love you guys.
Their manager, I think it was, that, was like, "Yo, guys, be sure not to bum rush them, like, as soon as they come out of the house," because they were just now, starting to leave the house.
20, 30 minutes of us being
It wasn't even 20, it was probably like, maybe 15, 20, yeah. But
we still got to go to the after party with them, and it was cool.
Yeah, and that was really cool. So then, at this time, we didn't meet Paige. But once we got outside of the house, we went up to Paige, and I think Calvin was the first one to go up, and she's like, "Hey," like, he's like, "Yeah, let's get a video." So he gets a video with her. So then Rachel was next, so she's like, "Oh, can I take a picture with you?" So you got a picture with her. I got a picture with her. And then I was like, "Hey, can I get a selfie with you?" So I got a selfie with her and another selfie with Daniel, which I'll post those as well as the ones you got. And it was
cool. Like, I had so much fun.
It was a really good time. We left there around like 5.
Yeah, like it was 5 a.m. But we had the time of our lives.
Yeah.
So that little time between the show that happened earlier that we were talking about didn't matter. It was literally a great night overall. That just faded away. Like, most of it was just amazing, and we got to meet them, like, what more could we ask for? And
exactly. When I posted up and tagged her, and I posted up about tag Daniel in it, they're all really in tune with their, like, fans. And they know them, most of them by name, which is crazy to think about. And I also like that their concerts are really cheap to go to.
Oh yeah.
If you ever go to an EDM concert, a lot of them, especially if they're in a nightclub, gonna be like 15, 20 bucks.
Yeah.
And those are probably the cheapest concerts I've ever been to, but they've also been really great.
Yeah, it was really awesome. I had a great.
It's definitely worth it, like, without a doubt.
Yeah, it was amazing. I didn't want it to end, honestly. I even said, I remember on the way home, I was like, I don't want this night to end. Like, it was just so much fun.
I want to work for Paige and Daniel because, as most of you know, I'm going for my certification for my audio-visual production. So, I'm still trying to get a hold of Paige and Daniel. I'm sorry, guys, I keep blowing up your Instagram. It's something that, you know, I have to at least try.
Yeah.
Try to advertise myself, try to sell myself. You know, I'm not cheap, but I can work around.
So yeah, I think that wraps up the story about
thank God.
time.
that was quite a video.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed listening about it. I hope you got to like learn more about EDM like concerts and hear our like story and like enjoyed it. And if you did, like it. If you have any comments or any questions about anything, you can go ahead and comment below. I'll be looking at the comments and responding to them.
On my channel, I'll link her
and I'll
YouTube
link
channel.
So thank you guys for watching.
I hope that you know we gotta live a little.